Alright guys, this is going to be some of the information that I haven't covered and other things that you will be needing for your Project 3. So, to cover that, I'm going to use that same kind of Project 2 video or demo file that I have. And I'm going to use this to generate some of the things we need. So, one of the first things that you guys need are going to be an RCP showing lighting and wiring diagrams. So we've had a couple issues so far that I've addressed with individuals so far. So let me pull up my, let's see, level 1 floor plan view right here. And so the issue is that a couple of you guys, first you're going into like the window menu and trying to load lights in. And it's kind of giving this error right here. So it might be windows, it might be doors, whatever. It's not loading them in. So when you go to load your windows in, make sure that you start at the component menu here, load your family, and then load the lights in like that. So then the next issue people are having is they go, oh, it's still not letting me put these lights in. Well, remember that the lights are going to actually attach to a surface. A lot of them are configured to attach to ceilings. So in this model, I don't actually have, let me go to my 3D views. Nope. Let's go to this one. So in this, I don't actually have a ceiling here. So I can't actually put these lights into these drop lights into the ceiling until I have a ceiling there. So what I would do is I would need to go back to my level 1, create a ceiling, an awful ceiling at that. And then now I can come back in and start placing these lights. The other question a couple people had was, how do I line them up? And so I suggested using the model lines, and we started getting this, where it would say that things weren't visible either. That's because in this case I'm on level 1, and I'm assigning them to level 1 here, right? So there's a couple ways around that. Oops. Need to turn that sound off. So there's a couple ways around it. The first thing is I can choose a reference plane, and if I wanted to, I would actually pick, and let's see if I can do it from here, that ceiling itself, and now I can draw the lines directly on the ceiling from this perspective, okay? That's probably the way that's going to get it to work correctly most of the time, is just picking the ceiling as a reference plane to draw the images from, or draw the lines from, all right? So I've got my ceiling, I've got my lines. I can now come in and just start placing these, and it looks like it's not going to snap, but they're there for a reference. So we'll place a light there, place a light there, place a light there, and so on. Okay, so I've got a couple lights in there. That's what I'm looking for this project. And then just go back in and delete those model lines once I'm done. Need that back on actually. The other thing that people were having, actually I think that was everything everyone was having an issue with, was just getting those lights in there. As far as actually drawing these, the lines that you're going to need for doing your wiring diagram, let me get this right. I think it's this one right here. So when you start placing it, you'll actually start at a corner where your light switch would be, and then you would drag these over, and you'll do these curves, and those help kind of differentiate them from other things in your model. And then you'll just daisy chain them together like so, which we should have covered in the last class, but you know, pandemic, crazy times and all that. So in case that didn't quite get fully covered, this is how those lines would look in your floor plan, or in your ceiling plan view. So then if I go in and drop this in here, there we have the model lines on our floor plan, okay? Let's see, the other thing that we needed to cover, we have covered details, and not details, callouts is what I should have put on there. I was just spacing at the time. So callouts are a specific option here in the menu. So you can choose callout right here, and if I click on this, it gives me this box that I can drag around something. And so I'm going to place one around this room. And if I go to the view, I now have just that room in its own little box, okay? This is useful for later in the documentation, especially when you're working on, once you get a plan view that's fully filled up, you've got 100 things on here and you can't see anything, right? At a certain point, you need to go into greater detail. So callouts are great where you can go into this room and specify a bunch of things. So for example, if we were doing, again, lighting in this, it would be much easier for me to put my lighting, room dimensions, and some other stuff in here. So I do want you guys to do details of this, of your rooms. Don't do anything special. Do it a step up from the rest of your sizes. So I think I said, let's see, floor plan was at 1/4 inch scale, and I wanted these to be at 1/2 inch. So when you set these up, just make sure that you set them at a 1/2 inch, and if you want, now that you know how to do the view template thing, you can actually go in here, duplicate this architectural plan, and just call this, sorry, not site, room, room call out, and then, just set your default to did I miss it? Wrong way. Okay. 1/2 inch and medium and all that. Apply. And then you should be able to immediately take this and, let's see. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. And pull that into your model. Okay. So it's one of the things I want to get you used to, because you'll be doing a lot of callouts in your final as well. The other thing I wanted to show you guys was the actual wall details that I want you guys to do. So this is a little bit more intense, and it's going to be kind of what the bulk of the rest of this demo is. So I'm going to go to my section here. And one thing I found out in testing is when you go to create these, make sure that you change whatever phase you're on, make sure you change it to show complete, and then grab your call out. I don't know if this is a bug or working as intended or what, but right now, see how that's got those nice dark lines. If we go in here, go to the view, it's got the nice dark lines right there. If I go back out to this section, change it to show all, which would be the default for this, do another call out of the same area, it's going to be grayer lines. So if I compare these two right here, you can see it's, solid cut, solid dark lines there, grayer lines here. I have no idea how to change this back to be darker, as if it was the same. And I've even tried, going through here. Please don't work that. Really? Okay, well, it wasn't working before, so who knows? Maybe it's working and I just screwed something else up last time. Anyway, so as far as the actual details themselves, let's see. We need to do these at 1 inch scale. So again, it would be really smart for you to go in, probably copy the, there it went. Okay. Meh. Okay. I'm not even gonna bother. All right. So we'll change the scale. Let's see, architectural section. We're going to duplicate this and call wall detail. We will set, again, this to 1 foot 1 inch. We'll do fine. Is the phase filter here? No, see, it'll still look thin. I guess no, I guess that's it. Okay, I guess I just completely missed doing that or screwed something up earlier. Anyway. So, oh, I need to take out the levels as well. Love this. Now it's got me lazy though. Okay, apply, okay. Alright, so we have this right here, which is kind of our working space that we can work with. Again, as a reminder, we aren't doing like footings and stuff in this class. That's not what we're covering. So don't worry too much about that. Oh, the other thing I want to show you guys is There is a way to turn off the crop region. I don't know why I kept missing this right here. So if you just want this box to go away, you can uncheck that right there. And then same with that annotation crop. So let's see. Let's leave the annotation crop in. Actually, no, go away. Let's leave this in for now. Just so that we can kind of get an eye on what's going on here. So, let's see. Oh, we also need to hide the roof in this view. Roof, mass roof. Let's just check that. Okay, so we have no roof now. Again, that's one of those things that kind of, engineers and people kind of handle on their own. It's not really something we discuss in this class. So, as far as actually putting this together, there's a couple handy tricks I have for this. So right now I have this exterior siding wall. I don't know if this is one of the defaults or if this is one I put together. But in Windows, one of the things you can do is use the snipping tool. So if you just hit the Windows button, type SNIP, and it just comes up with a little icon like this. Choose that. This tool will let you take a picture of something on the screen. So I like taking a picture of what I have on my menu right here. And then I can close that, and then I just Alt-Tab or, just Alt-Tab on the computer will let you switch back and forth. So it makes it a lot easier to figure out, or to go back without having to go back into your edit type for the wall and find out everything that you need. Okay, so we have this going on here. We have a little bit of setup that we first need to do. And this is one of my rustier things, so I might probably screw this up a couple times. Just my big references here, this air gap right here, that's going to be that 3-inch one right there. And then the metal stud layer, again, you guys should be using wood studs, but this is my demo project. It should be 5.5, so that's going to be this void right here. So let's do the easy one first, and we'll just throw in some insulation. And before doing it, always go in here and change this first. 5.5 inches. Okay. Now, I always screw it up. So, let's see. Yeah, that's what I always screw up is it center? And you just kind of have to guess where the center is. And so we'll just place the insulation along here and there. So there's the insulation for our wall. That one's really quick to throw down. The other one is getting the tags in. Okay, so we'll start by going to the text button right here. And we've got a couple options to select. This basically just lets you put it in a text box somewhere. When we're placing these leader lines, we actually need to do a couple specific things to format them the way that I want to see. So I'm going to choose this option right here where we've got a single segment. So if I was to show you the difference, it's placing that line right there versus just a text box like that. There's the 2 segment, so I would do a point and then a line and then start creating text. I'm fine with either of these two, the single segment or the dual segment, as long as you choose one. All right. So I will go with that one. The next thing is we need to attach the leader at the top right. So we need to have it actually, if I was typing this one, it's going to go off that way, right? So I need to actually, close. I need it to go the other direction. So delete that. Okay, turn. Well, you gotta be like that. Okay, does it just... Huh, okay, weird. So yeah, just when you're doing it, make sure that I guess both of these are selected. The other thing we would want to do is we want to make sure we're aligning to the top and to the right because of how we're going to be placing these. So then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back. let's see, where is it? View tab real quick. Turn on thin line so that we can get this setting right here so we can see everything, and we know what we're working with. So then back in annotate text, I've got the leader lines from the top. Text is going to cascade down from the top to the right. So this is the whole area I'm working with, and I'm going to try and keep some of them up here, and then I'll skip over this window to down here. Keep in mind, if you were doing windows, you'd have a whole lot more. You'd have a nightmare here that you'd have to kind of go in and fill in with additional model lines. And we're not doing that for this class. So I'm just going to go in here, get as close to that line as I can. I'll bring this straight out, and this, I'm just going to type some gibberish for now. Don't care what font you guys use. Don't care what, leave it that default size, which I think is 14, but I'm probably wrong. I've been wrong about everything today, so. Oh, right, because it's, yeah, okay, so it's 1/4 inch because it's Revit. So this is going to render at 1/4 inch size, which for this is fine. If you want to change the text, you would actually go in here, again, just like Revit, or just like everything else in Revit, you've got a bunch of defaults, so you can duplicate this. If you wanted to do 1/2 inch, then you would change this to 1/2 inch. And that's all there is to it. So easy enough to create a new font family and size here. Again, it is based on the paper space scaling, so keep that in mind when you are setting these up. So I'm just going to place one right there. We'll do another one now, so I'll just escape out of all that, go back to text, and I want to place one right here, and we're going to go just basically down this list. We'll use this little hint right here as a way to kind of line these up. Oh, right. I keep trying to do double enter. Okay. And then let's jump back to our reference. So we've got the finish, we've got the thermal air layer. The membrane layer is going to be on this side right here. So we're actually going to have one right here, and that'll be the membrane, and then we'll have another one on the exact same spot that's going to be our sheathing for, I think it was sheathing for this wall. I've literally already forgot what that was. Substrate, yeah. Okay, so then we'll come down here, and then this should be our stud layer, and then vapor and gypsum wall board. So vapor, and like I said, I'll come back. I just want to make sure that I'm getting all these lined up. So again, vapor barrier. Oops, let's get this. Hello, OCD. Let's get this just kind of tweaked just to the right there, and then again one more here and out. Oops. Hit escape there when I shouldn't have. Alright, so we've got these all spaced out here, and so now we can just come back in here and label them. So this is going to be exterior siding, and again, don't worry that it goes off in that way. It should behave and snap off to the right. Next we have thermal air layer, air barrier, and then membrane layer, moisture barrier. I should be abbreviating a lot of these, but we won't bother. This is going to be plywood sheathing. I should put the dimensions for some of these, so let me do that real quick. Actually, this is 3/4 inch plywood sheathing. This is 1/4 inch exterior siding, 3 inch Okay. Next we have metal stud layer. So this is going to be one of those one. Let's. Oh, hey, that's not aligned, right? Really? Sure. Okay. So I'm actually going to move these two down because I know I'm going to need quite a bit of space for this one right here. So, so these are. Do you do nominal for metal stud? Again, whatever. So we will call this 6-inch nominal metal stud, and then I'm going to hit enter. This one we do need another line for width. Oh, wait, wrong way around. 6-inch. Sorry, 16-inch nominal metal stud. Let's see. Let me look this up so I do it right. Okay, yeah, my brain was totally off in the wrong direction. Okay, so we have 2x6 and 2-inch by 6-inch nominal. Wow, it does not let me jump around. Nominal. Why is that double jumping? Did I hit something? Metal stud at 16-inch OC, or on center. So what that means is that we have these 2x6 nominal studs. They're spaced 16 inches apart based on the center. So if you have one at the center of one is 16 inch is at one spot, nominally up to 16 inches is when the next one comes in. If there's any discrepancies, that gets shortened down, but they should never go typically longer than 16 inches as a gap. And then because this is an exterior wall, we are also going to note that there is bat insulation here. So with bat insulation. There we go. Ooh. Wow, okay, don't do control arrow, I guess. Bat insulation. Okay. So then, right, we have the other ones down here. Oh, where is it? There it is. Okay. So we need to do, again, another vapor barrier. Oh, wait, this wasn't... Oh, this one didn't exist at all. What was I doing here? Oh, this is... No. Siding, thermal, membrane. Thermal, siding, air. Sorry. Siding, air, infiltration. This is a membrane air barrier. Sure. And then this is a membrane vapor barrier, or vapor retarder. Okay. Membrane vapor barrier. Okay. And then finally we have GWB. And this was 1/2-inch gypsum wall board. So, again, there's all kinds of different ways you can name things here, all different kinds of ways that you can kind of do different things with these. What's important to me is that you guys understand how to place these, where to go to get all the placement details and stuff, and all that. So, as long as you understand this process, you will do fine on your finals. Okay. So then the other thing I want to point out, and I did manage to get all these in this top section, so hooray for me, is that I can come in and... Oh no, it's not going to let me because I didn't assign it as such. Yeah, okay. Is that these can be moved after you've placed them, though it doesn't look like I'm going to get that same snap that I had. So if I wanted it to... let's move it straight down, and then move this up right there. So you can go back post or after you've actually placed the element and just add a little kink in it if you need to. But I would recommend, if you know you're going to be getting yourself into a situation where you need to do this, do it ahead of time, because it's a little bit tedious. Anyway, okay, so that's that finalized drawing right there. Let's go to, what is this, section 1, column 1? Again, I could rename this, but we'll go to here and just drop it in. Did I do? Yeah, okay. So that would leave space for if we were documenting other stuff. For example, if we had to document how this floor merged with this wall, because who knows what's going on here. Um, there's all kinds of different things that you can actually document with this. We're only covering this specific part of it, is I think it's important. You guys should know how to do this. So, that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in class.